Hello, how are you? I'm here because I heard something, but it confirms what I already know. Y'all know who the fuck I am. Okay, so, oh, 2121, by the way. Um, you women, you black women that I love so much, okay? Um, oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain this once again because you did your thing. Okay, I heard you. All right, I heard you. To tell me, okay, and I know you were talking to other women as well. But I know that this comment was specifically for me. As you repeat my words, word for word. I love it though. I love it. At least I know you're listening. Okay. I don't worship nobody. Asking you, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm asking you to do because it seems y'all don't like that term compassion. You don't like that term uplift. I'm not asking you to do that. That's not what I'm asking you to do. Okay, so we get it clear. First of all, when I said that you're grieving and you're in anger, I also want to let you know that this anger is it's a result of narcissistic abuse because the male community as a whole, no matter the race, is actually narcissistic. This is the narcissistic paradigm. And so, what I'm asking you to do is actually take up a method used to disengage the narcissist. Okay? You ladies, you know who you are. You are leaders. So when you display this, you're going to set off a trend. What I'm asking you to do is gray rock. Okay? When you gray rock and then you have like a mass amount of people gray rocking at the same time, they have no choice but to look at themselves because there's no one to give them any attention. Withdraw the attention. Let's focus on just moving forward. And like when they do something wrong, let's not draw attention to it. You know, like when they okay, here's an example. Somebody fucking says something disrespectful. All right? Somebody does something that is detrimental to society. All of you go ahead and call the job, get them fired or whatever. But let's not draw any attention to it. Let's not give them their licks back. Because let me read the definition for you just so you get an understanding of what I'm trying to say here. Okay, the gray rock method is where you deliberately act unresponsive or unengaged so that an abusive person will lose interest in you. Okay, abusive people thrive on emotions and drama. When you act indifferent and don't show your emotions, they may lose interest and stop bothering you. Okay, now, also, by being emotionally detached from the narcissist, one weakens their attempts, causing them to become uninterested in the pursuit because it removes what the narcissist wants, which is full attention. Okay? Is this not what we complain about them? Rather than let a person's narcissism or toxicity get under your skin, disengage from them. Keep interactions to a minimum. Stay as neutral as possible and remove yourself from the situation. Okay? So we can actually do this in our commentary. Okay? This is what I'm trying to get you to do. Because, listen, we already noticed and we've already seen that other demographics are onto the bullshit. Okay? They recognize as well. So if we as a whole, this is how you win this battle. We're fighting. You don't have to. Disengage. I'm not fighting. Okay? I'm disengaged. And I just choose to focus on those who actually are healthy. You know what I'm saying? Focus on that. There are so many other things to talk about than the discourse. That's part of the problem, to be honest with you. When we focus on the discourse and not on making like actual changes, and moving through the course of grief, because I've already stated that a lot of you, this isn't really, you're either, there's two things. Either you yourself are reacting to the narcissistic abuse and you are stuck in anger, which is normal, okay? Or you are grieving and you're stuck in anger. But there's other stages to go through, and you've been here for a minute now, okay? So I haven't really addressed you because sometimes you cannot tell someone how to grieve. That's why I don't address you. It has nothing to do with if I'm worshiping male worship. I'm not misogynistic, okay? Does it mean that I haven't had to address things that are misogynistic within my life? Absolutely, okay? That's neither here or there at this point, though, because what I'm asking you to do is for the betterment of even yourself. I feel like when I watch you, it's almost as if you're driving yourselves crazy on this shit. There are other things to be attended to in this war. And to the ones that I'm speaking to specifically, and I know that you know, I know some of you have been led to do that. This is important because there's somebody else, she's not even on this type of content, but I've said something like this to her before too. The reason that you started where you started is because there's a lot of people that resonate at that level. Just because someone resonates at that level doesn't mean you're supposed to stay at that level. You have been called to the position that you are in because you are the leader who is supposed to show them, all these people that resonate on your level, you're supposed to show them how to elevate. You have the ability to elevate. You. So you got into this position and you are in this particular mode right now. You're in this particular mode of operation. But you're supposed to show and lead other people into a new mode of operation. Okay? It's time to move out of grief now. It's time to move out of anger now. There's other feelings to feel. And it does not make you uplifting them. It doesn't, what it does is it forces them to see themselves. If you're sitting here and you're constantly, you know, it's like essentially we're talking about our exes. You know what I'm saying? These men formulate, some of us, our exes, right? So if we're sitting here and we're talking about our exes all the fucking time, okay? And I know it's not really your exes because some of you are focusing on people within the media, et cetera, right? But the rest of the crew is looking like, yeah, they're still mad. Yeah, they still want me. Yeah. That's what they're doing. But when you go into gray rock, that's when they're like, hey, wait a minute. Wait. They're not mad no more. They're not and it might, and I'm gonna be real with you, okay? It might get worse before it gets better. Okay? But the more that you continue to move forward, it changes the level, it changes the battlefield, it changes it completely. You're speaking to someone who has been through severe narcissistic abuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of you have been blessed to get in and out. You know what I'm saying? But in that experience, you've been stuck in a spot. Okay? So, you know, it's funny when, like, I hear you try to, like, come back, like, trying to uplift them is misogynistic, and it's male worship. And no, that's not what I'm asking you to do. What I'm asking you to do is elevate. They have no choice but to elevate as well. Okay? I'm not asking you, my last video when I mentioned this, when I said essentially you uplift them by not returning the energy. It does not mean you directly uplift them. It does not mean you directly encourage them. That is not what you were called here to do. And I know it because you're women focused. Your content is women focused. I was called here to be everybody focused. There's some people that are literally called just to be black people focused, okay? But when we sit and we focus on the anger and the denigration, and we focus on that, nobody, we're sitting still. The battle is like stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be marching forward and continuing to take down these demons, but you're not, because you're standing right here and you have not moved. Yeah. Yep. Okay. My goal, or my calling, is to be everybody focused. I very much understand that your calling is to be woman focused. Okay? I'm not asking you to specifically start uplifting men. What I'm saying here is that when you gray rock, they will be forced to look at themselves. They'll be forced. There's tons of other things for us to talk about, ladies. Okay? Tons. I know, you know who you are. Okay? You know who you are. I try very hard not to say your name. I know that you guys have like identifying things. Okay? There's identifying things, you know that I'm talking to you. But I try not to call your names out. One, because I do not agree with the content, but two, because I don't want to call you out. I've been letting you do you, okay? I understand how grief works. I can't tell you how to grieve. I can't tell you how to do certain things, but take this suggestion here. You are the leaders, and you have been placed here to do something very extraordinary, and it wasn't sit here and be mad, and it wasn't to sit here and fight them. See, remember that these battles aren't against flesh and blood. It's about the demons that they fuck with. Stop fighting them for a second. Just stop. Gray rock. Gray rock. Gray rock. If you need more information, just put in gray rock method. Okay? As long as you continue with this emotional reaction, they will not stop. But as you lead others to do this, they have no choice, because you have a following. Y'all have mass followings. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wanted to rest, but it was right in my face like that. Right in my face. I'm like, damn, they didn't get the message. Then you want to make me in the public enemy number one. No. I very much understand your calling. I didn't ask you to uplift them. I asked you to uplift yourself. One of the main things that they always say is like, the feminine is the leader of healing. You know, as the feminine heals, the masculine heals. But if you're stuck in anger, then everybody's just stuck there. You know what I'm saying? Literally. And the reason that is, in my personal opinion, is because I believe that masculinity and femininity got flipped on its head, and women actually are the masculine energy. But, you know, that's a different lesson for today. Okay? Let me see here. There was one more little diagram. Let me see what it says. Yeah, that's it. So y'all have a good evening. I'm sure I'll be called to say something else, but it's all good.